You know, as you hear these words, your mind is already beginning to open up to new possibilities. Because every belief you've ever had is just a story you told yourself. Once, twice, 1,000 times. And stories, they're wonderful, aren't they? Especially when you realise you can rewrite them anytime you like. It's almost as if those old rigid beliefs, ones that kept you stuck, they begin to loosen, soften, dissolve. And in their place, something new starts to take shape. Something lighter, more expansive, more alive with possibility. Right now, as your unconscious mind listens, effortlessly absorbing each word, you can begin to notice how easy it is to create a shift. A shift so subtle, it feels like it was there, just waiting for you to discover it. Imagine walking into a room with 4 walls and 1 small window. For a long time, you've only seen the world through that tiny window. You might even believe the window is the world. But then you notice something else, a door. And as you walk through that door, everything opens. Beliefs, they're like that. They seem fixed until you see the door. Reframing is the key that unlocks it. For example, someone might say, I've failed too many times. I can't succeed now. And with a slight smile, you respond, failure. That's just proof. You've been building the muscle for success. Every step you've taken has been training. You're stronger than ever before. Can you feel that shift? Suddenly failure. It isn't an ending, it's a beginning. Because meaning is never fixed. It's like looking at clouds in the sky. One moment it's a dragon. The next it's a ship sailing across an ocean. The shape changes with just one thought. Someone might say, I'm lost. But the meaning of lost can change. Lost, or you're not lost. You're exploring uncharted territory. And that's exactly where discoveries happen. Notice how the feeling changes, how the body relaxes, how the mind begins to see new directions. Because the meaning of any situation can shift, just like that. And when the meaning changes, everything else follows. Sometimes people say, this happened, so that must mean this. It's a simple chain, cause and effect. What if you played with that chain? What if you made a new link? They might say, if I make a mistake, it means I'm not good enough. And you can simply respond, no. Mistakes, they're proof you're evolving. And evolving means you're always becoming more. And the moment they hear that, their mind begins to shift. The old cause and effect chain unravels and is replaced by a new empowering connection. Because you can create any chain you want. And the chain you choose shapes your future. Beliefs, they live on different levels. Sometimes they're small and specific, like a pebble on the ground. Other times they're vast and they're deep, shaping the very way we see ourselves. If someone says, I didn't do well in that project, so I'm a failure, you can gently lift them up to a higher level and say, no, you're not a failure, you're a learner. And learners, they're always becoming stronger, wiser, and more capable. It's like climbing a ladder. At each step, the view expands, the air feels fresher, and what seemed like a dead end from below becomes a vast open horizon. And as you climb, you realise every step takes you to a bigger, better story. Imagine someone saying, I'll never be successful like those people. And you smile and you respond, compared to what? Compared to where you were 5 years ago? You've already done the impossible. And compared to your future, you're just getting started. Change the reference point, and the beliefs, they shift instantly. Suddenly, the ceiling becomes the floor. What felt like an obstacle becomes a launch pad. Every word holds power. Change one, and you change the world. Someone says, I'm too stubborn, and you reply, stubborn? No, you're determined. You're fiercely committed to what matters the most. They say, I'm too emotional. You say, no. You're deeply connected to your experience. You feel life fully. That's your superpower. Can you feel the shift? One word, and the whole world transforms. That's the alchemy of language. Sometimes a belief feels heavy because it's tied to an imagined consequence. But when you shift the consequence, you shift the belief. Someone says, if I follow my dream, I might fail. And you can softly suggest, and what if, by following your dream, you grow in ways you never imagined possible? What if the real failure is not daring to dream at all? Notice how the future opens, how possibilities begin to unfold, because the future is always unwritten and you hold the pen. And perhaps right now, some part of you is already writing a new story, one where every belief becomes a doorway, where every challenge becomes an adventure, and every limitation dissolves into possibility. As you step through these new frames, you can feel it, can't you? That lightness, that expansion, that deep knowing that everything you've ever needed has been right here all along.